You've been, how does this one rank?
Well, very excited, and this is a destination that we really focused towards during our season, towards the tail end of our season, and it was a motivating factor to get to Tampa and to be a part of the 30th anniversary game is very special. And not only are our players looking forward to it, but I know all of Vol Nation is looking forward to it as well.
Got a pretty tough opponent coming up, both of you guys riding 5-game win streaks here. What do you see from the Wildcats that, I know your offenses resemble one another. How does that help you prepare?
It's going to be a great challenge. They're the 12th ranked team in the country, just like us, a 5-game winning streak. 11 senior starters in their football program. Their players understand how to win. They understand bowl preparation for our football team, and half of it, this is only their second bowl appearance. So again, it's all about the maturity of our football team, but very, very physical on defense. They're a front seven oriented defense, can play man-to-man coverage, good special teams, and obviously offensively, very good running back, can establish the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be a game that challenges us.
In terms of the progression your team has made since you arrived at Tennessee, is this kind of where you saw the Volunteers being?
We always talk about following a process and building it the right way and building it for success, but not just success, but sustained success. And we're building it the right way, and just proud of our football organization, all of our coaches, our players, because they have followed the blueprint. And we're continuing to get better and better and better. We're recruiting at a very high rate, so that's good as well. But we have a very, very strong football family, and we have great character in our football program.
In terms of, if you were looking at this from a fan's perspective, why should people want to see this matchup between Northwestern and Tennessee? What would you say?
Well, it's a matchup of two top 25 football teams, some very storied football programs with great passionate fan bases. You know, you have the exciting offenses of both teams, up-tempo, and then the physical style defensively, and then also on special teams as well.
Talk a little bit about, I know that you stress that winning a bowl game is just as important as getting to one. Why do you stress that to your players?
We always talk about it's one thing to be a participant in the bowl game, but you remember the bowl game. The bowl game sticks with you for a lifetime, and it provides momentum for your football program. It provides momentum in moving forward, but also it's a chance for our seniors, all 19 of them, to really leave their imprint, to leave their legacy on Tennessee football.
A 9-win season, if you were to come out on top on January 1st, how much momentum does that really provide going into that next season when you do lose a bunch of seniors?
Well, it does. It provides a lot of momentum, and it's belief and it's evidence of what we're building in Knoxville, Tennessee. And Tennessee's a very, very special place, a very storied football program. And we talk about recruiting individuals that want that onus, that want that responsibility of getting Tennessee football back into being relevant within college football.
Do you believe you have another storied program in the making here?
Absolutely.
How come?
Well, again, all you have to do is look at the progress that we've made in 3 years on the field, but also off the field, with the way we're graduating our players, the individuals that we're turning out, and also the youthfulness of our football program. So when you look at the momentum that we've gained throughout the course of the season, but really 3 years, it's been a constant build-up.
Coach, one more question. A lot of changes in the SEC East. So what do you think of all the coaching changes, and how do you think that the division is going to line up starting next year?
It's always competitive. It's competitive week in and week out. And when you play in the SEC, every day is like 4th and 1 for the national championship. It doesn't matter if it's spring football, in season, out of season, off season strength and conditioning program, recruiting, and that's what makes the SEC very special.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you. Good seeing you.
January 1st. An exciting time for your team right now.
It is. It's a great time. Our young men are excited. When we found out that we were coming back to Tampa to play in the Outback Bowl, our guys were ecstatic. Last time we were here was one of the most entertaining games maybe our football program has been a part of. And, to play on January 1st, that's what you set goals for at the beginning of the year. And, have this opportunity, our guys will be excited to be here in a couple weeks.
You have a team that could make Northwestern history by winning its 11th game of the season. What would that mean for you as their head coach?
Well, it mean everything for our seniors. I mean, that's what it's all about. Those 24 guys have been through a lot to lead us now to 10 wins and put ourselves in position to have a significant end of the season. It would actually be their second bowl win, which would set a school record. 11th win overall would be a school record. So a lot on the line for us, highly motivated, and we're playing a great team in Tennessee, so it's going to be a great challenge.
Like you just said, obviously you'd be making history here, but you guys were out of the bowl picture for the last couple of years. To be back, What does that say about the progression of your team?
Well, the resiliency of our young men. You know, they've been through a lot over the last 18, 24 months, and great senior leadership. We've got 4 terrific captains that have been right there at the forefront that everyone in Tampa hopefully will get to know their name as we go through. But Dan Vitale, our super back, had a great season. You know, and when you saw the way that he played, just tough and physical, kind of embodied our whole football team, the way that he went about his business. Same thing with Deontay Gibson, one of our defensive ends. Travion Henry, one of our safeties, battled through some injuries, but had a really, really solid season, and just really pleased with those guys. And then Christian Jones, our wide receiver captain, that bounced back from an injury last year. So those 4 guys are kind of indicative of our squad. Guys that are tough-minded, smart guys, and very, very competitive.
Talking about your offensive superstars, Northwestern, Tennessee, kind of playing the same style of offense here. How does that help your defense prepare for this bowl game? Well,
some similarities, no question about that. Similarities style-wise, formations, plays, but they're very talented. So we're gonna have our hands full. There's no question. One of the stiffest tests, if not the most talented offense that we've played all year. It's going to be right up there from a talent standpoint. And then you flip it over for our offense. Their defense flies around. They're very active, very talented, very sound in what they do, and probably the best kicking game in the country. So our hands are going to be full, without a doubt, but our guys will be excited. It really, a lot of times at this time of the year, it comes down to motivation, and a lot riding on the game for us. Our guys will be highly motivated.
Everybody talks about the big bad SEC. To have this matchup going into next season, how much momentum would a win provide with a win against the big bad SEC?
Yeah, well, I think we always focus on ourselves. That's what we can control, and this would be a huge win for our program. Get our bowl streak going now at 2 wins in a row, get our 11th win, send our seniors out the right way, and just a lot of the off-season hype goes into the way that you play in November, and then especially how you play in your last game, and against one of the storied programs in Tennessee. It's a great opportunity for us. We've just got to prepare the right way.
Coming from Chicago, how excited is your team to be coming down to sunny Florida for New Year's Day?
No question. We're going to have to prepare. I mean, it's going to take a lot to get in shape to be ready for some great weather. But it's always easy to get the guys excited when they know they're coming down to Paradise, and an opportunity to play football in Paradise is special.
How do your preparations change when you go from 40-degree, 30-degree weather to 80 or 90 here in Florida?
Well, really what we'll do is we'll crank the heat up in our indoor a little bit for a couple of the practices next week, but then we'll send our guys home. And, we're going to have to really do a great job game week down here getting acclimated to the weather, especially to the humidity. The heat's one thing, but it'll be more the humidity. And then expect to play a lot of guys. Have to do a great job hydrating before the game and in game. But, we've played a lot of guys throughout the whole course of the year, and we'll have to do that again here on January 1.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
guys.
much.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.